Shit. I know this is not really a great time to come on live stream, so check him out and let him know. Um, well, you can't because he has his membership thing on. So so there's that. So you can probably check that out. I actually don't know what his views on the jab, as everybody wants to say, was. So whatever, but he's okay. And thoughts out to mediocre as well. I'm not really going to talk that much about this weekend. I actually got some other stuff on my mind right now I want to address. I'm actually waiting for something right now. So, yeah. What's up, Marquis? What's up, Bruce? What's up, Frankie? What's up, the Geek Surgeon? Are they back already? Oh, yeah. This is about to be short. Oh, okay. So, yeah, man. So, anyway, I said what I said. I stand on what I. The videos are still up, and they're gonna be up for maybe till Wednesday, and then I'm gonna unlist those videos, and that's because those videos will end its course, and then put them on the Patreon. I've actually already a couple of videos on there, a couple of old ones. Shout out to Grinch. Grinch. Shout out to Grinch for the $5. I mean, here's my thing on that, and I'll give my observations. I listened to that video a couple of, because I can listen to shit at 2 times the playback speed. I literally got timestamps of everything that was said. So everybody talking about with the 15 shit, because that's said twice in the video. I got timestamps of everything. I've played it live on everything. This is just reaffirmed something I've always known, like as a marketer and as a marketer and as somebody that's been in this space. People hear what they want to hear. That's really all that is. I could play you something and say one is two, and if you're emotional enough, you will literally say, no, it says it's five. This is why I said I did that video way back when 1 + 1 is 2, unless you ask black people, and then it becomes how you feel about it. And here's the thing, and I'm gonna say this right here for y'all that don't know. That's not even the worst video. That's not, and there's things that I didn't say at all in my commentary, and I withheld it on purpose because I wanted to see if people were gonna pick up on it. That's not even the worst video. See, what a lot of y'all don't even know, and it's on his Lost Kings right now. You can go check it out right now. He did that video. Then he did the Elvis video. Then he did but he did that video and the Elvis video, and the Elvis video was before Anton's response. So it was probably leading up to that. So and it's interesting because one of the main things I've been saying is if you feel like a crime committed, then especially if you're in the state of Georgia, then it's your obligation to go report it. Otherwise, you just talking shit. Straight up. You just talking shit. And you really don't care. He actually said that in that Elvis video. And he actually talked, it actually is a little bit, if you're somebody that's getting triggered, it's a little bit worse in the Elvis video than actually the normal video. As far as, and my point to that is, he doubled down, then he doubled down again on the last video he did with the gun, where he talks about another story, but that had nothing to do with that. That was about him fucking somebody's wife, and then a white dude putting a gun to his face. I mean, people want to pick and choose. People want to call somebody a liar, but they want to pick and choose when they want to believe the lies, which I find is fascinating. But that shit, people say, oh, well, that wasn't a social experiment. Well, even if you don't believe that what he did was a social experiment, the way people responded definitely gives you insight into a lot of shit. And to be real, the shit didn't even blow up like you would have thought some shit would have blew up. It honestly a whole bunch of white knighting, virtue signaling, and clout chasing. That's literally what you saw in a situation like what is perceived to be that. And what does that say? What does that really say about us as a society? No, he's number one. No, actually, he can't. He can't. He can't. No, he can't because what people are saying are based on stuff that he said. So no, he can't, and he won't because he doesn't care. He said straight up. Think about it. He said he's. I mean, if you've listened to all his videos recently, he's tripling, quadrupling down on it. And let's be clear here. And even Alan, and what I would tell you all too is go look at Alan Roger Curry's video because Alan Roger Curry's mentioned in the first video. So Alan said he wouldn't have talked about it if if his name wasn't mentioned. And he did a really good hour and a half. He doesn't usually do live streams, but he said he's gonna start doing live streams now. And Alan Roger Curry said he listened to the whole video too, and he said straight up, no crime. He's not a lawyer, but Alan's got real money to lose on something like that. He said no crime was committed, and he actually made some like I'll give you one point that Alan Roger Curry made. Alan Roger Curry, and see the problem is, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not gonna be the Glendon Cameron translator. Honestly, like I said. Y'all, like, I'm gonna say it straight up, and I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it like this. If you believe a crime was committed and you don't report it, then you full of shit. That's as far as I'm going with it. All it is, cancel culture bullshit. Y'all can kiss my ass with that shit. Y'all really can. And I mean that. Like, y'all can kiss my motherfucking ass with that bullshit. Because, like I said before, and like I've been saying, Jessica tried to trip me up on that, legally it's a child bullshit, which is actually a foul move, because because that's not how our laws work in the United States. You can pull some verbiage out when you want to. We know as black men that you can be fucking 13, you could be 13, 14 years old, and if you commit a crime, they'll make your ass adult real quick if they're politically motivated to. So we know white folks leave that language in there so they can pick and choose when they want to activate it. So to kind of use that is bullshit. And like I said, but like I said before, people want to hear what they want to hear. They want to believe what they want to believe. And y'all and what's interesting is y'all are what happens when y'all come against somebody that gives so few, because Grinch, alludes to this, even though not on this topic, obviously. What happens when you come against a black man to give so few fucks about what you gotta say, and you all have zero ability to affect his money, his lifestyle? That nigga said, he said that after that, and for those of y'all that don't know, with the Antime stream, which I admit wasn't the greatest look, but with that stream, where he was on a lead attorney, he's got a busted eye blood. He got a blood vessel busted in his eye. So then he'd be looking all crazy and shit. And he always wears his glasses. But anyway, he said he had a stake and all that. He don't give a fuck. Like, I don't gotta defend him. He don't give a fuck. So, and to be fair, if you look at all his videos and his comments, ain't nobody really in his shit like that. Motherfuckers are just doing the little flailing backflips things that they do off a concept of an idea. That's it. The issue, Sole Provider reacts, says the issue was how passionate people were and how fast people were to defend the fuckery. Also, the optics of it. Everybody keeps talking about optics. Like, I'm going to tell you, Soul, like I'm going to tell Kareem. What do you tell somebody that says, I don't give a fuck about how it looks? Like, you could say with Donald Trump, like a lot of shit Donald Trump did, the optics look bad. But did Donald Trump give, and Glendon hates Donald Trump, by the way, but did anybody did he give a fuck about the optics? Some people, and you know what's crazy? people like to talk about, and I'm not saying whatever, you could people act like they don't never deal with people that don't give a fuck. It's like y'all ain't never come across like motherfuckers that give what I call an absolute, like, absolutely don't give a fuck. So when people talk about optics, that's like something so people can say something. But I'm gonna ask you, so like I asked Kareem, you don't really give a fuck about Glendon? You don't even know him. I'm not saying that like I give a fuck about him, like, outside. Like, it was kind of like what Alan Roger Curry said. There's people you personally know, and then there's people that you cool with on YouTube, and you may respect for it, and then there's people like you really know. And he said Glendon and Alan Roger Curry are not close friends. He never met him in person. So he wouldn't say that. And he also says it's problematic. You say some crazy shit, put his name in there. But Allen was actually really cool about it compared to what I thought he could have went. He was real diplomatic. And Glendon even put a comment under there saying that, yeah, he probably shouldn't have did that. He probably took that would have that one back as far as putting his name and Ron Will's name into it. But if you notice, I'm looking at this from how people are responding and me commenting on that. Like, people can feel the way they want to feel. I'm not here to change how you want to feel, because at the end of the day, that's a Pandora's box opening that. If you want to open that for marketing purposes, hey man, you got more nuts than I could do, But as far as me doing that, but that's me, But But the thing about it is, all this thing with people, and then people keep talking about people passionately defending. Like, it's crazy. People talk about people passionately defending the fuckery. Who was really defending Glendon? Who was really making videos, really defending, like, really talking in favor of Glendon other than me? And then you could say the lead attorney was like half. Me, Alan Roger Curry, and Alan Roger Curry really did 2 videos. He made a statement. He did a video where they tried to pin him down, and then he did that other video where he did a live stream. And then me. Who else? People keep talking about all these videos. When I type in Glendon Cameron's name, Glendon Cameron got Predator, depending on how you type it. Like, that's all the videos that you see. So it's like, where's all this defense that everybody's talking about? And my shit ain't so much defending some of the stuff Glendon said. I mean, at the end of the day, I've told you all before, I am more in the hybrid. I'm more on the square side of stuff, but I'm not anti. I am very aware of what's out there in a very real way. As far as BDSM, as far as some of the kink shit, I don't do shit like that, but I am like 1 degree of separation from stuff like that. So when I say that there's certain things, and I'm not even talking about the kid thing, because the thing about it, I didn't even know about the laws. I didn't know. I didn't know how the laws actually worked. But everybody, see, and that's another thing too. Everybody's leaning on the 15-year-old bullshit, because what they want to do is they want to make it like that's not what he was all talking. That's not what he was talking about. That's like, people are lying. People are out. I know people didn't heard it right. They're lying. They're basically saying because they heard the number 15 and girls, then that means he said he slept with them. He never said that. And this is why I keep telling people, if you believe that was said, then shit, the video's still fucking up. Go send it somewhere. Like, and that's how I know people are lying. That's how I know people are conscious about them lying. People know they're lying, because if they really heard that shit like they say they did, that video would have been sent somewhere. That's another thing. He only deals with white women. So the women he was talking, it wasn't like, so all these motherfuckers give a fuck about protect your children. Glendon don't even date black women like that. After his marriage, he don't even fool, like, every once in a while, but that's what he said. He don't even fool with black women like that. He says he's not compatible with them. And for the most part, so anyway, like I said, I'm not trying to be the Glendon Cameron defense force. That's not really what this video is about. Y'all want to feel the way y'all feel it. Y'all want to go get him prosecuted. I'm telling you, I invite you to go do so. I'm not so at that point, what is the argument? What is the argument people are making like on me now? That's what I'm saying. No, I'm talking. I got some other stuff I'm talking about. But Kareem, you ain't shit for watching, as Donnie would say. ARC, yeah. What he did was in alignment with who he is. Because you got to remember, when ARC writes his books and stuff, he gives a lot of historical context. And what I found interesting about the video is you get it. Like when he said that his mother called him a man whore, which I'm gonna tell you, I could feel that when he said it because my mom wouldn't have said that, but I could kind of see my step grandmother saying some shit like that. Um, when he said that, and this was a point that was real strong. But you got to see the video. Like you got to see the video. Like even with Alan Roger Curry, even if because that's another way of kind of getting to know how his mind works too. Even with Alan Roger Curry, because Alan Roger Curry started off saying, but when he said that when he was talking, his professor was. This was like decades ago, right? But when his literally, that's how old he is. Decades ago, when his professor was talking about like perverted versus like basically saying what's a perverted, and he said anything that can create and produce a healthy child is not perverted. And he outright said like his professor outright said like a 17-year-old, even though it may be illegal and how these things go about with morality and law, because he really dives into the morality of stuff and the differences and the changes in a way that's really, really historian, really a way that takes it out of it. And he talked about the BDSM community and he said, like, trust me, it ain't no defense piece. It's just him explaining his position. And he said that, if it can't produce a healthy child, then it's perverted. And he said it straight up. The dude was making a comment on homosexuality, but this was in the 70s or 80s. This was in like the 70s, late 70s. So you gotta look at it for what that is. But see, that shit is fine. But the point is, when people want to use morality, and this is another thing I was gonna say too. You got 100,000 Afghanis coming in, and you know, well, I ain't even gonna go there. The problem with R. Kelly is in the state of Illinois, R. Kelly, let's be clear here, in the state of Illinois, the age of consent is 17. And it was 17 when that's what jammed R. Kelly up. That's what jammed him up. That's number one. Number two, I shared the rabbit hole in the Discord, so y'all can check that out. And David Carroll has some real interesting thoughts on the R. Kelly front too. And David Carroll says that yes, R. Kelly is a sexual deviant. But when it comes to a lot of what these females were saying, it's straight bullshit. David Carroll literally said, not said, but one of the females said that they met, one of the women that end up jamming him up, like the trial, stated that they met R. Kelly in the courthouse. This is her statement. She first met R. Kelly in the courthouse where he was being charged with that tape. So you met this man at the courthouse, and then not only that, it was a parental supervisor that actually a parent, or like not a parent, not the parent, but it was like somebody that was like in her career. Like it's crazy. You gotta listen to David Carroll's. It's on YouTube. You gotta listen to it. I can't wait for that rabbit hole to come out because I know he about to go in on that. But I'm not even like I said before. Y'all folks can feel the way they want to feel. Georgia boy, the thing you don't understand about the Craigslist shit is Glendon did Craigslist for the most part for his business dealings in the auction business. So again, a lot of y'all are talking about shit y'all don't know what the fuck you talking about when it comes to context. So a lot of like when you keep saying people don't, and another thing too is we look at B. See, here's the problem. The problem is what y'all want to believe is y'all want to believe that basically motherfuckers was just taking ads out so they can attract kids. That's the narrative that you want to believe. That's the narrative y'all want to go with. And the thing that kills me about this, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'd rather have an all-white jury than have you motherfuckers if I go to court. Cause I realize straight up, and they do, and black people do this, they did this shit to Nate Parker. Motherfucker, they know how to get like me. All they gotta do is emotionally move motherfuckers. And black people are worse than white people that way. They really are. It's amazing. I don't give a, I understand like the folks can be upset, but I find what was fascinating to me, which is why I keep bringing it up, is this really proves how fucking emotional some of y'all really are. Because here's my thing, and I keep saying this. All the women that's out there, like singers, rappers, that do the same shit, y'all don't have that kind of energy for that. Y'all just don't. So it ain't really about the kids. And even Alan Roger Curry talked about that, about how, him having a son. I know people said I don't have kids. He talked about him having a son, like this idea that, when women give sex to younger dudes too early, and we're not talking about 16 years old, we're talking about earlier than that. And earlier than that, that has an effect. But black men don't give a shit. Not really. I'm talking about black men in particular. I understand the women gonna feel some type of way. But a lot of y'all dudes, y'all be full of shit. Well, my thing is, well, here's the point, and this is what we don't know. We don't know. Number one, we don't know. I don't have the thread. That's first off. But the thing is, if you run an ad for BDSM and somebody responds to it, you don't know at which point somebody says what age they're in. That's bullshit. Straight up. Now, after he knows, then you can kind of hold him accountable to how long that conversation is. If you want to hold somebody accountable from a moral standpoint, sure. But you are like, I'm gonna tell you, truth be told, I don't fuck with the internet like that. I don't even try to holler at females online like that. I don't. I'm more of a I see you type of thing. I've always been that way. Some of y'all live in the DMs. Y'all don't know some of the motherfuckers y'all really talking to sometimes when y'all do that, especially on Tinder and shit. So again, I'm not trying to deflect from nothing, but we'll see, people want to say somebody trying to deflect, but they trying to make it one way. I like, again, as I said, fuck you trying to get me to say something. If you feel a certain type of way and you live in the state of Georgia, go get them prosecuted. If not, shut the fuck up. Because you just blowing smoke. Hell, if you feel some type of way and you too lazy to do that, real talk, you could, YouTube, you could do something. But you notice ain't nobody really done fucked with him from a YouTube standpoint. There's avenues for people to do shit, and I'm not gonna give y'all ideas, but I'm just saying, some of y'all are just squawking on y'all white knight and virtual signaling shit. Y'all really are. And the reason why I'm not coming down on this is because at the end of the day, what really folks are trying to say is, oh well, he's talking to us. No, you mean a 15-year-old is talking to him. Alan even, I'm telling you, Alan even like, I'm telling you, watch that video with Alan. It's definitely good. Yeah, I like, if you ask me, I don't trust that shit. And I typically don't date women under 24. And I don't aim there. I don't trust these bitches. And I know how these females are. I've seen it. Women, they think that shit's a game. They actually do. And I get, and what really annoys me is I don't hear enough from other women really handling that. From both sides. From the side of women having this thing that, and you're in a community where you probably have the greatest percentage of women that like to date younger dudes. No other community operates at that level like the ADOS black community does. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. So people can spare me with their little outrage. But anyway, Kareen, again, I understand you, and I find it funny you being Caribbean, you saying that, and I'm gonna just leave that there because I've heard stories about, I ain't gonna say I've heard stories. That's kind of rich coming from y'all, but whatever. I'll leave that there. But what I will say is, you keep saying somebody's high or this or that. The only again, and if you go, and here's the thing, if you go listen to his other videos after the fact, after he got on TLA, he's tripling down on it. He literally said y'all are just mad because he got some young pussy. He's not high. I get, he's not. He's not. So I mean, again, y'all can feel what y'all want to feel. If y'all not gonna do nothing about it, then leave it where that is. Straight up. I mean, I ain't been deleting comments. People, I done got a couple of death threats. And those have been screenshotted. Y'all forget Tupac actually went to jail for sexual assault. But anyway, my point is, like I said before, 18 years old should be the national age. And anybody that's not for that or is not actively pursuing that, as far as I'm concerned, is full of shit. If you're in the state, if you're in California, you're good. It's 18. If you're in Florida, you're good. It's 18. It's about 15 states where it's 18. It's 34 that's not. And they ain't all in the fucking South, because Florida's 18 and Florida's in the South. Chicago, Illinois is Illinois in general is 17. Like I said, that's what jammed R. Kelly up. That's really what jammed him up. And then the other than the Aaliyah situation. The Aaliyah situation was like the real 15 situation. That's what jammed him up. It was the 17 law. And that's really the point Glennon was really making. But whatever. I wouldn't have did all that. That's on him. And that's why I keep saying y'all can feel the way y'all want to feel. I'm serious about that because he opened that Pandora's box. That's on him. But he also explained why he did it. He did it because he knew that if the subscribers that he gained on the Law Kings with that video being out there, that's why he wants it to stay out. He knows that anybody that subscribes to that channel are people that's really rocking with him and really ready to roll with what the information he's about to provide. That's what he said yesterday. He did know what he was doing with the mothers and daughters, Renaissance man. But what he did with first of all, what he ended, even if you go with the 16 and 17, what he said there were 19 and 20. And by the way, this is what y'all understand. If he actually had to prove this is what's crazy. Glennon is actually still in contact with those people today. These are not people that don't know him, that all of a sudden y'all forget, Glendon's from Georgia. I don't think, other than being in the military, Glendon has lived in any other state. Glendon said it himself. He's not somebody that can't. He tells you he lived. This is a guy that tells you, and he said it recently, that he lives in Sandy Springs. He actually gave, I forgot, but he gave his zip code. This is not somebody that's afraid to be found. This is not somebody that's hiding. The people around him, he said till this day that he just did a video about how he fucked the wife of this dude, and the dude came to his house with a gun pointed at him, and then he taught the dude how to he told the dude, he basically pulled the gun inside. He's a military guy, so whatever. You believe it or not, I'm telling you what he said. I'm not telling you if you need to believe it or not. The video is up there. It's the one with the gun. He said, dude showed up to his house with a gun. He pushed it to the side, put it very nicely. This is a white dude now. Sat him down, talked to him about BDSM and stuff. And by the way, Alan Roger Curry said that, like, even back when he was doing his blog talk days, he was in communication with Glendon. He didn't know nothing about the younger shit, but as far as BDSM, he was very much aware that Glendon was into that. And that's the connection that they had as far as him being a, subscriber to his content. So Alan is already confirmed as far as at least some timelines on some, like, at least that. So anyway, he said, sat him down, he talked to him, about what his wife wanted and why wasn't he as a husband giving it to him. And he told him, he said, when you go home, I want you to slap the shit and slap your wife. That's what I want you to do. Go, and then he went home and slapped the shit out of his wife. And then you go listen to what the rest of the story was. He knows these people. He said it. So this isn't like one of these things where he knows the story with the daughters. He still knows all of them. That's the thing. So I get it. A lot of y'all are in shock. But y'all are like, I don't know what world y'all are fucking living in with y'all. Like, some of y'all are straight fronting. Like, I'm going to keep it real with you. Some of y'all I know are bullshitting. I know some of y'all are bullshitting. Y'all are really trying to act like y'all don't know shit. Y'all are porch monkeys. But y'all are really trying to front. And I've alluded to some of this stuff. I've thrown sprinkles of some of this stuff out here. In my commentary, telling you this is what the fucking world. So when you talk about these chicks can twerk, all this little goofy shit these little bitches be doing, and not just them, but like these women influencing them to do. I've told you where that shit goes. I've alluded to that shit. And motherfuckers be thinking I be playing. Yeah. Well, KD Rage, I'm telling you, you're not gonna hold. I'm telling you what he said. Y'all can go look at the video just for yourself. Now, I've listened to Glendon for a while, and I've listened to Glendon on Disrupt the Mail for a while. You all know this. So, I mean, he shows receipts more than most. And the Craigslist protocol thing was a marketing thing. People forget that. Like, he actually just shared a video on his community tab of a Craigslist video he did 9 years ago where he talked about something with his business. So I mean, but whatever. I'm actually waiting for something, so I'm really talking to y'all. So if y'all got a question for me other than this shit, then feel free to ask. CJM, I did that by accident. I didn't know I deleted that. No, and I'm going to see it. What did you think about it, Kareem? No spoilers. I know you mentioned that. I'm not vaccinated. So I got to be careful about shit like that because I got proximity to my aunt who's 62 and my mom who's 60. So I got to be real careful about that shit. Again, shout out to Donovan Sharp. He's doing a basically a fuck you, I'm out of hospital live stream. Honestly, my channel has always grown at a very sustainable rate. My channel has always grown at about 100 subscribers a month. The reason why my channel got traction is thanks to really 3 people. BGS number 1, O'Shea I would say number 2, and I would say O'Shea and Angry Man kind of have a tie in that. Because the way my channel got started was I was on BGS's Coliseum all the time. I was a mainstay there. Angry Man always had his channel. And I was probably one of the few that kind of really spun my shit off after stuff started to wind down on the Coliseum. it was just I said what all needed to be said, and I was on Angry Man stuff a lot as far as call in. And so people knew me kind of from there and from BGS's. And then O'Shea kind of in the Rumble a little bit. And then that's kind of what jumped me off. And then I've always depressed my ability to grow the channel on purpose. Because I did not want, if my channel got too big, it would have to limit like how raw my shit is. I would have to kind of modulate that. Like a video like this, I might not have did. But I actually do really good. Yeah, I heard the black chick, it wasn't, the way they marketed it wasn't what actually happened. That's one thing I've been hearing from a lot of people. Like, that's, like, they didn't, like, D Nut Bond or anything like that. I mean, he is in the shadow world today. Glendon basically opened up the shadow world for everybody to see, and then people didn't like it. Now, is the shadow world all about dating young people? No. And again, I don't mean to switch it up, but in the video, he said the main women he dealt with, this is when he was 34 years old, was 24 to 34. So this wasn't a situation where that was what he was always doing, but the way that it worked with those ads, and again, he used the ads for a lot of different stuff. You can use ads, the ability to like the market for a lot of different stuff if you know how to do it. You had to get vaccinated? Yeah, people are saying that. And I'm a fan of Casino Royale. I got good fond memories of Casino Royale because I had moved out. I was like living on my own, like for the first time at that time. So I got fond memories of Casino Royale. Um, I remember that movie theater. It was a brand new movie theater, and it was anybody knows like Apex was like, oh man, it was great. That Casino Royale was the shit. It really was. I mean, I was a big fan of Sony Ericsson phones anyway. It was just a good look. That song "Show Me What You Got" it just came up. So the Monaco stuff, man, it was great. And then I like Daniel Craig's Bond. I like the ferocity of his Bond. I really did. I mean, I like Pierce Brosnan as well. I still watch those movies on Netflix. Pierce Brosnan's James Bond. I still watch it, but it's just a modern Bond, and I like that. And Quantum of Solace is you gotta watch Quantum of Solace back to back with Casino Royale. It's like a part two. It's a lot better. Um, Skyfall. Skyfall to me was the best. And then the second one was probably the most Bond. But that was like a fucking Lincoln commercial. But we'll see. I'm gonna see it. I mean, again, Renaissance. You keep saying so. First of all, underage is is the age of consent in Georgia. That is 16 years old. So nobody's messing with underage chicks. So I get that you think 18 is underage, and morally that's what you think it is. What it is, that's cool. You have a right to believe that. It's just like a conservative that believes morally abortion is wrong, but legally somebody can do it. That's what it is. So again, would I do it? No. But at the end, but at the end of the, and then people keep on wanting. See, this is another thing coming back to like R. Kelly. Y'all want to confuse y'all because let's keep it real. A lot of folks don't give a fuck about what R. Kelly did. If R. Kelly got out of jail, they would still buy his music and still fuck with him. I'm talking about black people. Like, let's keep that 100. Because R. Kelly shit was still spinning on the goddamn radio up until maybe a couple of years ago. So people can kiss my ass about trying to act like, everybody's outrage is the same. So the reality with Jam R. Kelly up was 17 was the age. That's what the issue is. And again, as long as people are kind of letting go of the fact that all these people that served these females up to R. Kelly and assisted him in that, and all of a sudden that shit's just supposed to be let go, they're not getting the same kind of public shaming. I really don't want to hear it because that's selective to me. So again, and then it's not even a matter of sexual access. That's another thing too. You're framing it in a way that is not what it is. And my thing, and like I said, even in situations like this, I'm still gonna preserve my logic. I'm not gonna sit here and just black out emotionally over anything. I'm not looking at all of y'all comments. But another thing, Georgia boy, is you saying a millionaire into, I don't know if you're responding to something or what. That's a lie. And I know how most of you Negroes think. The way most of you Negroes think, if a lot of y'all, the way what y'all think is, if it's under 21, it's underage. This is how some of you all think. And the reality is, what nobody will say is they got a problem with the gap. That's really what it is. They want to say, y'all, in culture, in African American culture, if it's a man dating a 20-year-old, let's say it's 20 and they're 50, let's keep it real. Y'all feel some type of way about that too. Y'all feel some type of way about that too. And y'all keep on coming back to that. I mean, shit, look, like Alan Roger Curry is 28 years older than his wife. Y'all gonna go over there and call him a name? Is that what y'all gonna do? I mean, let's keep it all the way 100. Y'all feel some type of way about that. Even though Alan Roger Curry said his wife made the first move. I'm not saying that's the same as a teenager, but y'all keep using this fit. I don't know why you all keep lying and keep using this 15. Why do you why are grown ass men gossiping, lying? Y'all are basically saying that somebody fucked the 15. If that happened, then you are legally obligated to go report that shit. But because you know that's not what was said in that video, y'all still gonna say it. That's some bitch shit to me. It really is. And y'all think y'all are morally right, so fuck it. We gonna do it. I'm not lying. But don't lean on the fact it's not a teenager. The point is, and that's Georgia boy, just say if they're teenagers, you feel some type of way. If it's a 18, 19, you don't see a difference. I'd rather you say that than try to lie. That's what I'm saying. I'd rather you say, nah, bruh, if it's 19, I don't care. It's the same. I'd rather you just say that. But don't sit there and make it sound like, don't sit there and lie and then spread rumor when that's not what was said. The video is up. See, I would just say go watch the video. Because the sad part about it is people will still come to the same conclusion you coming to anyway. Because as soon as they hear that, oh man, that's really what it was. That's why he left it out there. Because he just had to snitch on his show because he's guilty. That's what it is. And I'm taking this as an opportunity to kind of say, even in a situation like this, yeah, y'all just want to go with the moral. It ain't even about the morality. Because I'm not going to act like I ain't got no morality. But my thing is, what y'all want to act like, this is, see, and Archer made a great point. Archer said, a female could run somebody over, kill them. It's amazing how, girl, whatever you want to say, can be held. They can be held for everything except for them going looking for dick. Because the truth is, the real issue that nobody wants to talk about is why in the fuck. This is why I said the shit should be 18 and then you should hold the parents accountable. Exactly, BGS. And what it really is I can't believe I'm talking about it. Y'all should just agree with me. Y'all just, I can't believe you must like pedophiles at work. I'm told. I'm just so emotionally perturbed. Find out Daz Dillinger, you find out a woman fucks with a 15-year-old, y'all ain't got nothing to say. And that shit did happen. That ain't just no rumor. That actually happened with some of these female celebrities, and y'all don't give a fuck about that. Y'all full of shit. And a situation like this will allow y'all to really know, even in a situation like this, I'm gonna call that shit out. Let me see. For the most part, most of us aren't. No, they don't know the definition, dog. But see, because I've said this with other things. We believe that it's right to merge words. So we're not really having talking with words, we're really talking with emotions. So to them, a 19-year-old is to say 17. And Alan Roger Kerr, again, he stood on that shit. He said that is not the same thing. Even still, people can have their morals, but see, the thing is, one of the reasons why the law is able to be fucked up with us is because we understand that the law, like black people, only want the law to matter when they want it to matter. When they're emotional, the law. This is why women feel they can do whatever they want to do with us, because that's how they approach the law, and the dudes think the same way, the same exact fucking way. And even on a situation like this, I mean, at the end of the day, man, what he was really doing was keeping it all the way 100. He was saying, "This is what happens. I know what happens because based on me running ads and seeing who was responding to it, they're actively looking at for this. Here's the problem. You all can't accept that. So what you do is you say, no, somehow he went over there in the high school and recruited it. That's what y'all gotta believe. Y'all can't believe that somebody ran ads. And then you say, well, it's his responsibility to not engage. Well, he didn't for the most part. Sometimes he would, I wouldn't have did this, but sometimes he would keep the con just to see how far they would go. That's what he said. But um that's what he was saying. He basically, and Ron Will just said this. He said the shadow world is not for public consumption, and Glendon is well definitely testing that theory out. Hold on one second. Black men are very emotional, facts over feelings. Yeah. No, I hear you. You said you never heard of such a thing. Go look up age of alpha omega. I don't know if you being sarcastic. If you not, go look up age of consent charts, and it'll come up. It'll tell you all the states and all the consent. I don't know if you being sarcastic though. Well, Kareem, Kareem, okay, you can say that, but that's typically not how that shit goes down. So we can stop fronting. Like that's how that shit goes down, and that doesn't even matter. I mean, I get what you're saying, but again, everybody needs to look at their own state, and then y'all need to push the states up to 18 years old. But another thing too is, like, from a biological standpoint, that's outside the norm. Let's just call that out what that is. See, I get that we have a higher life expectancy, and and I get all of that, but the reality is you got women having kids at 30 years old, and obviously that's accepted, but that's not the most healthiest thing to be doing either. It's not. So what you have is people that want to have feminists. I'm not saying you're a feminist, but you got to remember, you got to understand too, the whole balance has been reset. So you got people coming at this like, oh well, women are just supposed to have kids at, like, you let the black community tell you like 30 years old is where you're supposed to start. And BGS, I'm just talking about it to talk about it right now, but you notice that for the most part, I haven't put his name in my titles. A lot of this is, for me, it's a social experiment to see how some of y'all are going to react. Kareen, look, I'm not going to push that issue, but I think, but again, there's women that were involved in these laws getting made, because a lot of these laws got upgraded too because feminists pushed them up. So there's other women that clearly understand the female experience. They decided that in 15 of these 16, not even 15, 34 of these states that of the age. So yeah, there's that. Who get a wrench? Yeah, Karina's cool. I mean, people can have their own disagreements on this. This is crazy shit. I will say this though, to flip it a little bit, because this wasn't even the only thing I wanted to talk about. Shout out to JR Wisdom. JR Wisdom did a video talking about women not approaching, or men not approaching. And I want to talk about that real quick too. Man, y'all need to quit with the mod jealousy. Well, and I'm going to say this is the only thing I'm going to say on that, and I'm not justifying jack shit, but one of the things y'all need to understand too is all of this, like, casual fucking did not go on back in the day. That's another thing that folks be forgetting about. Who you married was who the fuck you were going to be with for the most part. I'm not justifying shit, but all this little, see, you got to remember, all this casual fucking and everybody fucking everybody, see, that wasn't what it was. And Adam Roger Curry touched on that too. So again, people are kind of, this is where the emotionalism kind of fucks shit up, because yeah, but let's just keep that all the way 100. And a lot of whatever. But anyway, I'm moving on from that. Yeah, so that's another thing. No, it's not a stretch, dude. Because if you know, Glendon Cameron is a marketer, and that's the first time he said something like that. But that's not the first time he's done that. He got a dude by the name of Graham Stephan to call a scammer, and Graham Stephan is that white dude that's got 3 million subscribers and a personal finance niche. So this is not the first time Glendon has done that. Like, a lot of y'all don't really know Glendon. Y'all not really in his like social media orbit or YouTube orbit, and I understand that. So you don't know. I get it. You don't know, but that's what it is. You don't know. But y'all saying a stretch. It's not a stretch for somebody that's a marketer. It's a stretch for y'all that ain't. So a lot of y'all are looking at this based on, oh, well, how I feel and all of this. And again, I come back to this. Y'all really think somebody is going to snitch on themselves? Because like I said, you know how fast the shit works. If he really did something, somebody would have picked up on that shit by now. Ain't nobody say shit, huh? And then remember, Glendon only fucking with white bitches, too. So all these white bitches that this big black man in Georgia fucking with, ain't nobody saying nothing. And by the way, another thing I wanted to comment on, and I just want to put this out here, because everybody is saying that, since I'm on the topic already, everybody is saying, well, if he ain't guilty, and Jessica said this, and I didn't have an answer for it, but it did hit me. Jessica, people are saying, oh, well, why he talking about not getting caught if he ain't guilty or nothing? That's because so this is how this works. Let's say the age of consent is 16, which it is in Georgia. Let's just jump on that. If your parents find out what can't get you on statutory, but they're going to outright try to push the idea that rape happened. That's what they're going to do. That's how they switch it up. And in those age gaps, that shit is not hard to push. Like, that's the problem. And all they got to do is get her to co-sign. You dealing with a young white female and she know what's coming, be like, you're fucking a like 16 years older than you or 18 years older than you, you're fucking a nigger. Da-da! Them white bitches are gonna fold and turn and basically go Emmett Till real. Yeah, he raped me. That's what happened. That's what they do. Because when they dads are looking at their ass, they like, bitch, you better say he raped you. This ain't no choice. When you like, he may not outright say that, but they gotta look. Where they look them white bitches dead in their eye. Like, this is not time to play. This is not time to play. You better stick to the fucking script. That's how they do it. And you could be the same age and they still pull that move. You can be the same age and they will still pull that move. That's what he was talking about. So when he was talking about parents that are around, he was not teaching people how to be pedophiles, you stupid fucks. What he was doing was saying how you usually get caught up is especially when you're dealing with non-black women, is all it takes is for them to say that and then they got to move on it. It doesn't matter if she's lying. They got to move on it. And in fucking Georgia, they're going to move on it. That's it. So that has nothing, they're not going to say, well, it was consensual. No, they're going to assume like how y'all, and I'm not, look, I get it. But you see how y'all are talking, so imagine how a white people would talk. Imagine that. And Glendon is a big dude. Imagine that. He ain't no small dude. He activates all of those, big, shit. You saw the video? Are you a black bull? Well, yeah. Well, you think if that white bitch starts so, you think another white dude ain't gonna think it? That's what he was talking about. And that doesn't require an age difference. But see, y'all, and like I said, I wasn't going to throw everything out there, but because I wanted y'all, I wasn't here to take y'all out of y'all opinion. But everybody, oh, well, he's writing the ebook on pedophiles, how to do. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Seriously. And he did not call, Glennon Cameron has not called the entire Black manosphere some weirdo. So stop that. That's not what he said. I listen to him more than any of y'all, and he has not said that. And I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that is true, BGS. And other content creators love doing that because and I'm talking about male content creators. It's been more male content creators has done that than females, and it's because they want to take us out. That's really what it is. And quite frankly, if it was up to me, a lot of these content creators, a lot of heads of the manosphere fuck with, and they really need to stop fucking with them, or they really need to start chin checking their ass on shit like that. That's really what it is, vanilla people. Well, I mean, y'all, but let's keep it real. Y'all think most black men, like in the black community, y'all are taught that most black men are sexual deviants. So it's not really a stretch for you all to believe that somebody's a pedophile. You notice how women are never accused of being pedophiles? You notice that? You notice how that shit only goes one way? Even in the situation with Brittany Renner, folks were just mad that she basically finessed them out of money. People weren't mad that she was dating him. Shit, you got, what's that bitch that was dating one of the Ball brothers? She's 31 years old. That's not that far of a gap. 19 versus 31. 3 more years and it's the same thing. Nobody bats an eye. So y'all believe most black men are sexual deviants, or that they ain't getting pussy outright. That's how y'all think. So going back to this like approach shit, you know, J.R. Wisdom did a video talking about why men don't approach. And I haven't seen it, to be fair, but I'm piggybacking off it. He had some guests on. Anton was on there, not as a guest, but he was doing a review of what Anton said when he was interviewing Six. And I remember what Six said. And the thing about Six the Goddess is, Six is one of these females that basically, if you're not a sexually attractive male to her, she don't give a damn if you're dead. And so asking her a question about approaching, well, that's a bullshit question from the start, because in her mind, she's talking about niggas that she want to fuck. And women have this thing where they think that they can pick and choose who approaches them because they all think they deserve a 10 or an 8 or a 9. But they also want the money from dudes. Because remember, if men stop approaching you, all these little girls going to the bar or girls going to restaurants, remember, it's for that shit. And they get tired of paying, especially when they see other bitches are being paid for. And so all this approach bullshit, women like to pretend like they didn't create that. Man said, Renaissance, that's a bullshit piece of shit statement. Women can't enforce sex on men. So basically, women can't enforce sex on men. Sure they can. Sure they can. If a woman says that I'm gonna tell him you raped me if we don't have sex, that's. So now you saying, oh, it don't count because women can't enforce sex on, and remember what I told you. Number one, so you assuming it's all rape. Statutory rape is, number one, statutory rape does not imply that somebody was basically raped. That's not what that implies. That implies that you illegally had sex with a minor that's underage of the consent in that particular state. That is what that means. That does not mean that you did the players club and put the chick in the room and basically she's screaming and hollering and you took it. Those are two completely different things. But see, again, in your mind, it's the same. And that's where the bullshit starts. Because in your mind, a woman, let's say, I'm not saying a dude shouldn't be held legally liable to whatever the law says. If he's going to be put on a sex list, that's what it is. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, you're basically saying that a man basically putting his hand on a female's throat and with a knife and forcibly taking that shit to you is the same as, let's say the age of consent is 18, a 17-year-old lying on an ID and then a man not checking it. To you, that's the same thing. That's basically what you're saying. To you, that's a distinction without a difference. Well, that's what you're implying. You said women cannot enforce sex. So by that logic, then basically, if you deal with, let's say you deal with a 13-year-old that's like 5, let's say he's 5'7", then if a 32-year-old female has sex with him, that's not molestation. That's not, because he can force her off. Now, these are coming from the same people, Renaissance, that'll say a woman is not brain fully developed at 16 years old. We can't have it both ways is all I'm saying. We can't have it both ways. Appreciate it, Gail, for the Discord invite. We can't have it both ways. Y'all want it both ways because y'all want it to fit into women are angels and women only have sex and men force them. That's only really seen in the black community. The brain development argument is a red herring because that only is applied one way. And then we're also to believe that women develop faster than men, but that is always implied. And it's also implied to get around the law too. Because it's a way of, because see, you notice how nobody talks about a woman. You know, I got into a car accident when I was younger with a bitch that, a 16-year-old bitch that, basically, she literally made a left turn in oncoming traffic and fucked up my Jaguar. A Jaguar I had worked on very hard, I might add. And it was one of the older ones, so mine was all metal, and she had one of them plastic Cavaliers. So her car was fucked up. Mine actually wasn't that bad. Actually, my car was still able to drive, with the exception of the fender was like pointing at the tire, so it's cutting into the tire, and it would have cut the tire. Otherwise, I would have been able to drive home, to be honest with you. But see, we can't play the brain development game there, because if you're gonna play that game, then you need then 16-year-olds shouldn't have no rights at all. They shouldn't. They should have zero rights. And technically, your brain's not fully developed until you're like 25 or something. So no, that's some bullshit y'all people like to arbitrarily use. It's a way of, and you notice how black men don't never get that argument. We're always being charged as adults. Always. I understand that, but when he mentioned it, he was mentioning it to saying that he's gotten responses, meaning people responding to an ad he put in Craigslist. That's it. So, I mean, it's like people hear that and then they assume that he's implying that he's having sex with 14 and 15-year-olds. And that was never stated. That's my point. I don't give a damn. You all are not fucking mentally ill. Stop acting like y'all are adults. Stop acting like y'all are so emotional that if you hear a number, you just black the fuck out. And let's be clear, I made sure I listened to that shit twice. So I made sure I understood exactly what I heard. I get it. Anyway. But at the same time, Ease, what you got to understand, though, Ease, is this is not a typical argument where you can just say, you can just like dismiss people. This is not an argument where you want to dismiss people's feelings. Because whenever you're dealing with an argument that's as strong as this, you run into some real danger if you come off as dismissive. And one of the reasons, Eve, why I was pulling you down in particular on this is because I really did not want you kind of doing thing where you kind of collapse on people because and making people kind of feel like they're being bullied for having their feelings. Because I do believe, even though I'm countering some of you all's points, I do believe you are definitely within your rights to have these feelings. And that is on Glendon for opening up that Pandora's box. So I'm not really dismissing you all from your feelings, but I'm saying definitely get it. Well, I mean, people can mention it all they want, dude. I mean, if you're gonna again, what kills me is you take the same person and somebody calls a pedophile or calls a name, and it's like you want to choose to believe when somebody says something, but then you don't want to believe other things. Hey, that's crazy to me because that means that's like you're being selective. Exactly, truth. Exactly, BGS. But see, black men are taught, in the black community, you're taught that your girls are smarter than grown ass men. This is how the community is formatted. And then folks want to, this is how the community is formatted. Somehow women are strong, independent, and don't need no man, but at the same time, they're so stupid they can't think straight. We're supposed to believe the same idea at the same exact time. I personally feel like 16-year-olds need to stay in a fucking 16-year-old's place. That's what I personally fucking feel. Straight up. And I think that maybe legally they shouldn't be held liable, but you should be shaming these girls that are doing that. You should shame the living shit out of them. You should shame the living shit out of them. What is your fucking slut ass so fast? Like how the older black women used to do. What your slut hoe ass, fast ass looking for older dick in the first place? Little bitch. That's what they used to do. The fuck is wrong with you? You got women that's gotten me. You got young girls that's gotten men killed over that shit. Like a couple of stories ago, where a stepfather got killed, literally got shot like a motherfucker, because this bitch want to bring a boy, a dude his age, a girl her age, but he had a gun. After he told her to stop doing that, these motherfuckers don't care. All right, then do something about it, Ty City. Go get him in jail. Go get him prosecuted then, Ty City. Go get him prosecuted. Because the reality is we don't know what was said in that thread. For all you know, he could be making all that shit up. So sure, you can say it's illegal. Go get him prosecuted then. I mean, I don't know why you keep telling me. I don't know why you keep telling me. Go get him prosecuted so they can go put a order on his computers. I'm serious. I'm not fucking playing with you. I don't know why you over here talking to me saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. If it's really on your heart, do something about it. And I'm dead ass about that. Otherwise, you just blowing smoke. I mean, the video is still, well, nigga, the video is still up. You don't know that. Craigslist probably still got their original servers with the original accounts. I mean, seriously, you laughing, but I'm saying do something about it. Get them canceled off of YouTube. I mean, what y'all are doing is just virtue signaling to me. How am I misrepresenting what homies are saying? How am I misrepping what homies are saying? What are you talking about, Turbattle? I mean, I understand what you want to say. You want to say he's a pedophile. Where I'm saying you believe he's a pedophile, do something about it. Get him canceled off of YouTube. Shit, y'all had that, people had that campaign for Kevin Samuels. Do it for Glendon. I'm dead ass serious. I'm not even saying should a little girl lie, should she go to jail. I'm not saying that. You had a bitch basically put saying that Kevin Samuels was eliciting violence against women and had a petition created for that. I'm telling you, you could do the same thing. Do the same thing. Glendon actually said he wanted y'all to have a bigger dust up. Glendon literally said he was disappointed that it didn't get bigger than it did. He said all y'all, he literally said, he said on multiple videos, all y'all did was make a couple of videos and then that's it. It petered out. That's literally what he said. He wants you to do more. Did TLA say TLA? Because they told me that TLA said, I didn't watch the interview yet. They told me TLA said that it was illegal for the 15-year-old once he received. Like, that's what he said. That's what they told me. Now, if I listen to that motherfucker and TLA say that he's not legally liable for nothing, man, y'all better shut the fuck up talking to me, because that means y'all are lying about what was said. Well, your definition, well, the problem is you keep calling shit a weirdo. So you're saying that, okay, so you're saying that a 34-year-old guy, I'm 34 right now. I'm 34 right now, right? The legal limit of North Carolina is 16. That is the legal limit. So you're saying I'm a fucking, you know what's crazy? What's crazy is you'll say I'm a weirdo if I'm dating a 17-year-old when the legal limit is 16. But you won't say it's a weirdo for a fucking man to fuck another man. Because society has told you that that's acceptable. Or you're scared to say it because you know you scared of YouTube doing something to your ass. That makes sense. But again, you're basically, you keep saying like, that's what I'm talking about, Turbattle. You're saying I'm misrepresenting what you're saying. essentially what you're doing is making up shit and arguing based on that. What you're essentially saying is, well, Glennon was probably fucking 13-year-olds or 14. That's what you're saying. And that's and you have nothing to go on that on, really. So you're literally making shit up to fit whatever narrative you want to be true. That's what you're doing. And you've had Charles as a cop go over it. You've had the lead attorney go over it. So it's like you want, and see, I gotta ask you, like, that says a lot about, like, black culture. That, like, you keep doing that. That's what you keep wanting. And it's not, you just want it to be true. You're trying to will it to be true. I'm literally seeing what the fuck you're saying. Exactly. This is the goofy shit. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. That weirdo, like if you're like, and people say, okay, well, you're 16, you're a weirdo. Okay, so 16 and 18 is this like overwhelming difference. Even in development, like again, like I'm kind of measuring again. It's all emotional. I told you they need to make all the states 18. That's my shit. But I don't hear none of y'all saying we need to get these laws up. Y'all are just shaming, because the reality is y'all wasn't gonna say shit or do shit. If I would have brought this shit up, y'all wouldn't even be talking about it now, because y'all really don't care. No, he didn't change the story. He actually didn't change the 15-year-old thing he kept. Again, you make it sound like he got exposed. Dude, okay. This is the thing that's really kind of pissing me off. The original video is still up. Oh, well, it don't matter. People screenshot. No, that don't stop other people from getting rid of shit. So let's stop acting like people screenshot and sharing it stops that. Number one. Number two, go look at that Elvis video. He triples downs on it. And then go look at the video he just did. The nigga ain't changing shit. Y'all keep making it, see, you want to believe that narrative because he's scared, he this, see that. Dude, that's not really what's going on. And what I'm pointing out to you is, you want to believe it. That's that, it's like you want to believe that the sun is the moon and the moon is the sun. You want to believe it real bad. That's what you're doing. And it's like, and I'm just pointing it out, and you're like, nah, man, stop it. Dude, no, ain't no cap. You the one trying to pull it into it. The video's there. But the problem is, somebody's a liar, but you choose which lies to believe. That's what's interesting to me. When I conclude somebody's a liar, I conclude that they're lying about everything. I don't pick and choose what lies I want to believe based on my own emotional disposition or my own, like, pre-recollections. I don't do that. And again, you keep saying what he mentioned. The way he said what motherfuckers are out here doing. He didn't say what he was doing. That's the difference. But you don't hear that. What you're essentially saying is, because I hear 15, I heard the number 15, you draw all these conclusions. Even though you hear the video, you just said at that point, I'm going to make up what I want to think. That's literally what you're doing. And I'm just calling that out. Because, I mean, that's what you're doing. You're like, well, because I think I'm morally right. I know I'm morally right. All the details don't matter. That's no different than a cop putting a little crack in your car because they know you did something. That's the same shit. again, Ty, you're here because you want to be right. Nigga, I really don't give a fuck about that. I really don't. Ty said he was right. Ty, so what you gonna do about it is what I'm saying. Congratulations, you're right. You get a cookie. What do you want? You not gonna do shit. That nigga is literally tripling down, making videos right now, every day, referring to it on that channel. And here's what's crazy. What's crazy is before this started, he had 700 subscribers on the Lost Kings. Now he's about to break 1,000. And he's not transferring to his other channels. He's not losing subscribers. That's the funny part about it. So all y'all doing is really just blowing smoke. Yeah. Y'all not even trying to hold accountable on YouTube. Fuck going to the law. Y'all didn't even report none of the videos. The videos are still there. Y'all ain't even trying to do nothing with his channels. I mean, this motherfucker literally, okay, let's believe everything y'all said. Everything y'all said is what he said. So he's still on here tripling, quadrupling on the shit, saying that y'all are sexually repressed. And y'all not doing shit. This nigga's thumbing the shit in y'all nose and y'all not doing shit. Y'all are talking to me like I can do something. What are you doing? Oh, that's an easy emotional response. What am I doing? I already told you. I said I already said it. I'm not the one out here making a big deal about it. So it's not my obligation to do something. I'm not the one crying about it. Now, am I? So you ask me, what am I doing? That's completely out of context. Because I'm not the one calling somebody a pedophile. Alan Roger Curry ain't the one calling somebody a pedophile. Y'all are the ones saying, oh, he's fucking 14-year-olds and 15-year-olds because he mentioned that a 15-year-old responded to an ad for BDSM. That's y'all. And if y'all believe something, a crime was committed, y'all are obligated to do something. That's why I'm asking the question. What are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? Well, nigga, like, okay, the truth only needs to be told once. You keep saying it over and over and over and over again. Like as if, no, you're really trying to get me to come off my position, and you should know by now I'm not going to do that. Well, I mean, you're listening to 3-4 hours of me talk about it. So what does that say about you, Turbattle? I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you all. Why are you all listening to me talk about it? I've gotten $7 in super chats. I'm getting money off of it. What are you getting? Listening to it. Yeah, exactly. Glendon, most of Glendon's videos are live streams. Most of his videos are live streams. And people keep saying it ain't a good look, but if it makes him more money and gives him more subscribers, you can say it's in poor taste. But did it not work? That's what's crazy. And he actually explained why he actually went into deeper detail as to why he used that video. It's like y'all know y'all can't hold him accountable, so y'all try to hold me accountable by association. And if y'all don't know, I'm still talking about it because it lets you know I'm not about to throw him under the bus because y'all feel some fucking type of way. If y'all need an actual answer. But anyway, I'm done. I'm not really saying you're being emotional, Turbatter. I'm more saying that your argument is really in a line. Like, I'm not saying you gotta agree, but I'm like, dude, the logical thing is, if you really think he's out here, if he's a pedophile, he was a pedophile, then you would think you would want to do something about it. That's what I'm saying. Otherwise, you just using that language as shaming language, and I think it's irresponsible to use calling somebody a pedophile as. I'm going to Taco Bell because anyway, I'm done with it. No, Turbattle is not Anton 3.0. Don't stop that. Turbattle's listened to me for a long time, and I definitely appreciate it. You know, Tur is not Anton 3.0. By the way, I was told Anton is 5'7". Lot makes sense, doesn't it? A lot starts to make sense. He did. He did. Now that you have a point, Turbattle. Well, you know, I'm not gonna lie. I would definitely not to type in my name and then Predator. Google YouTube suggestor after. So, and if he would ask me, I would say you better not do that shit. Absolutely. And I'm not saying you all don't have a, I'm not saying you should stop calling him a pedo. I mean, my thing is, y'all can do whatever y'all want to. He opened that Pandora's box. I could believe that truth. And the thing is, if I was Anton, I wouldn't bring my wife up as just like showcase, because you really don't know what she's going to say. She might say something I agree with. Should be out there. But I would love to see that clip. Y'all got to start getting clips, man. He is a grown man, but thinks it's a bad look. Erica thinks it was a dumb move. I don't disagree with. And I'm not really trying to say people in the chat that's emotional and feminine. That's not really what I'm saying. You all are welcome to your hands on this, because this is like one of those things where it's like, man, shout out to Sun is a Hot Rod. Shout out to you, Ed. Them who are trying to be the moral police all of a sudden know someone in their family who see the P word but want to come on YouTube and complain about it. And for some people, I think that could be the case. True, it was a bad move. Like, yeah. And honestly, Glendon got lucky, my opinion. Glendon got lucky. This could have went like way south. This is like a pothole that you think you fucked up your axle, or you might have fucked up your tire, and then you look and you find out, oh, okay, it's cool. This could have been one of those situations. They do, because any black man that does something is the black manosphere's fault. Well, the sphere is not gonna get jammed up, because Glendon is not really associated with the Manny like that. Because Glendon has talked against red pill content and a lot of manosphere stuff. It's not the same. It's not exactly the same as Fresh and Fit. But this is a good testing who would try to lump them in with us. And if you notice, it's people that's internal to the started that shit. Well, it's a look for him. I'm not talking about a look for the space. It's a look for him. Ain't else, because I'm the only one. This will probably be one of the last videos done. What other shoe is gonna drop? You had Kendra and Bishop do shit. What other shoes are gonna really drop? This ain't. I'm looking at the social media engagement. This ain't generating that many live viewers. What are the shoes? Appreciate that as a hot ride. Anyway, I'm about to end this because I got some stuff I need to get scanned and taken care of. All right, y'all. Yeah, this is Edward. Make sure y'all join the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, get in for it. I'm gonna be in the Discord every day, at least like 30 minutes a day. So get in the Discord. Make sure you subscribe unless you think I'm a bitch ass nigga for not calling somebody a pedophile, which I understand. Fuck Red's the bad guy for trying to call me out. He can go to hell, suck a dick, and die. Cause I ain't never liked that nigga. I've always a loser. And if somebody want to click that shit, you go ahead and click that shit. What else? Yeah, that's it. Some other public service announcements. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, he can go to hell. Anyway, so with that being said, this is Edward and off. Peace.